Alright, so this is my survival world for 1.16 Java Edition. And I'm at day 496, basically 500 days. And yeah, so this world is on hard mode, and it's on 1.16.1. Now, the reason why it's 1.16 is instead of just the most recent version, because it's like a 5-year-old version. I could have just played 1.21. So when I chose it, I wanted a world which just exclusively stayed on one version of the game. And so I was thinking, what's the best version? And so 1.12 is a good version. It started advancements, and it has the crafting book, and it's just a good version. But it doesn't have a lot of the things. It doesn't have the ocean stuff. It doesn't have tridents, so I can get mob heads. It doesn't have the better villagers, so I might as well just go to 1.14. But then 1.14 doesn't have bees, and so it's the one thing 1.15 added, so I might as well just get the bees. But then, by then, that's but the Nether update is so good, I might as well go to the Nether update. And so, in the early game, it's a lot more, finite. Because the, mining update, the caves and cliffs, it just added, so much things, and added, the new caves, and, I really like the old caves, and, the early game, you can, just, it's so much better in the early game for mining, I guess, with the old caves and the old mining. But technically, now that I've played this version, I wish I made it, in 1.21, because by the late game, it basically, there's not really any difference in the late game from 1.21 to 1.16. So, I wish I made it on a later version, but I don't really want to update this world, just because, when you update a world or you change a version of the world, it just can make weird things, and then I'll have to go generate new chunks, and, I don't feel like doing that. So, let's start the world tour. So this is my first house that I made. Here, there used to be a jukebox, but I moved it. This room used to be an enchanting room, but I moved the enchanting table. In these chests, I just have just random stuff in it, pretty much. And then this, I have the slowness arrow, because when I got the Monsters Hunted advancement, the last monster I killed was a stray, and he dropped this arrow. And so yeah, I collected every advancement. Some people don't really care about advancements, but I really like them. I think they're a great way to progress in the game, and to give you something to do. That's my bed I always sleep in. Here I have just ocean stuff, I guess, and I have sponges. And all these chests is just filled with just pretty much random stuff that I just needed to get rid of quickly, so I just put them in here. It's kind of organized. This is end stuff, and then this is I had other mob heads here, but now I just have zombie head with the roses, and then I have this shulker full of elytras. So yeah, and I have this balcony which I can jump down. I have these bees which I made really early into the world, and I kind of just left them here. I can probably will make a much way better bee farm, but yeah, it's pretty much for the advancement, for the bee advancement stuff. I have the map of the world, which I still obviously need to map out a lot more. But at least 9x9 is a good start to make a really cool map. I have my cows. I have my wheat farm, my sugarcane farm. I have my donkey and my mule and my horse who has the drip. And then I have these two skeleton horses, which spawn from a lightning strike, and then when the lightning strikes, there's a chance that the 4 horsemen spawn. And so I managed to get 2 of them. So we got Mr. Jones and B-Mill, my boys. Sugarcane farm, I think I said that. And then we have my 5 beacon. I just need to add 1 more to make it max beacon. Yeah. We have cocoa bean, where I collect cocoa beans when I want to, and then that'll work. And then we have these turtles, which I need to breed more to get more scutes, but I have plenty of scutes right now. I have this chest, and here's where I store all my items. I have diamonds, gold, bunch of iron, mob drops, diamonds, armors, totems, and then just a bunch of stuff. And I have my iron farms, which I actually made this really late into the game, because this is a design which you can make in 1 day. I made it day probably well over 100 days in. But yeah, so it's a double thing, so it's efficient. Alright, and then in here I have my villagers, which I breed, and I guess they've been doing a lot of breeding. At one point, when I wasn't doing anything with these villagers for a while, the entire place filled up with iron golems. So it's kind of crazy, but yeah. And I have this chunk which I mined out, and there's an iron golem at the bottom. And then we have my villager trading hall, so I can trade with all the villagers, and a farmer, just a bunch of different enchanted books. Okay, we follow this path. And we have, these are every type of cat, specifically for the advancement, but then I made them a little house too. Except for the black cat, because when I tamed the black cat, he was thousands of bucks away at a witch hut, so I just didn't feel like bringing him back. So there's no black cat, but that's my cats. Here we have all the sheep farm, except for light gray. I don't have any light gray sheep, because what happened was an Enderman came here, I guess. Oh, yeah, there they are. Enderman came here and placed a grass block, and so that let the sheep escape. I'll put them back later. Right. And then over here, we have, this is my new house I'm making. I'm still in the process. The fountain, junk, chest, and this is the workroom. There's my potions. You can use all of these. It's just don't have anything. This is brewing stuff. And then tip arrows, which I've been making. We have kitchen. And, furnaces and stuff. And over here, we have library, where you have these lecterns, which don't say anything, but I could write like I'd probably write something cool in it. And then I have a bunch of enchanted books. I've just been enchanting. I need to get more lapis. I only have 3 pieces. Yeah. Library. Then we have like a living room, like a little place for sitting. Then we have a jukebox, and I got every music disc. So any music disc, any music you want to hear, you just like put that in there. Literally every music. The TV. And the second floor is not done. I just like have the rooms, but I didn't put anything in any of them yet. So still a work in progress. I'm not even sure where I'm gonna like make all the rooms. Definitely like a bedroom. Like probably this is gonna be like a bedroom. And yeah, and we have a balcony. We can jump on this one. We have melon farm. I brought a crash on people up right there. Okay. And then we have this bridge. And this leads out of here. This leads to this thing, which is my mob farm. So I have a bunch of stuff I need to still collect. Over here, this is where I got How Do We Get Here, and I kind of just didn't get rid of it, just didn't feel like it, so it's still just a conduit, like a dolphin just chilling here. It's my boy, and there's also a shulker inside here. Right. So that's pretty much it for like my base area. Go from out of nowhere. Okay, we go into the nether. Over here we have my piglin bartering for gold. This is like a little tunnel I made down to get netherite. And this is the path that leads to the fortress and to the stronghold. Yeah. So this fortress, I collected a fucking ton of nether bricks and just made a whole ground inside the bounding box so I can grind wither skeletons. That's the fortress. Alright, we go through this portal. And then we're in the portal room, and I like mined out the ceiling of it. Going to the end. And in the end, I have Enderman farm, it's like EXP farm. That's pretty much it for the end. And there's all this snow, and there's snow golem. And the reason he is here is because that's where I grinded for wither roses. I put the wither under the fountain, and then like suffocated him, and then spawned a bunch of snow golems so he would kill them to get some wither roses. Alright, then we go back. Now if we go this way, I have this little path up here. And that leads up to this giant temple, and it's almost done. I have like the roof, and then I have all the pillars, but I just need the very top roof though. So it's made out of nether bricks. And this is like definitely the biggest thing I made in this world. So we have staircases and this water stream, and then in this room I want to make like some cool things in here. I'm probably gonna make like some type of like museum or something. So I'm thinking like I can make like an art museum where I have all the paintings and whatnot. Okay, we come over here. So this is a big project. This is a chest with every item in it. It's not complete, but for building blocks, this is bedrock, which is possible to get. This is petrified oak slab, which is impossible to get. It's like an alpha item, which they just like kept in the game for some reason. That's only in creative mode. Everything in here, the coral, the netherite, block of netherite, and yep, that's every building block. And then for decoration blocks, all these. This is like chorus plant, which is a creative only, and then like this is grass path, I think, or farmland. I think this is farmland, and then or grass path. Either way, this is grass path, and this is farmland. This is silverfish like infested blocks, which you can't get, and then end portal frame. And this is grass path. These are really rare to get. Everything in here, and this is a player head, and yeah, that's every decoration, every redstone component, every transportation. For miscellaneous, I have everything. Right. These are all mob spawn eggs, which you can't get. And then I have every music disc again. So I have 2 of every music disc. There's one in here and one for playing at my house. And then this is thing banner pattern. So the only thing I need to do is just find a god apple, and then that's every misc. Find another god apple, because that's every food in the game. Every tool. For combat, I'm working on the tipped arrows. And for potions, I still need a lot of potions. But yeah, I'm working on like the lingering and then the tipped arrows, because you need to make like 4 of each lingering, and it's like just really time consuming. And I still need like leaping. I still need like another rapid split. And then enchanted books, I have a lot of them. Still working on it though. So yeah, curses. So yeah, that's my temple, where I'm gonna put every item in the game, and I'm pretty close. So yeah, and then if we go this way, the mountains. Build your outpost to use for over here. This is my drowned farm, which is kind of it's kind of a waste, honestly, because I spent like forever. I spent like way too long making this farm, and like it barely even like works that well, because I had to like find I had to look forever for like a river, and like it's big enough, but there's no river that's like big enough to make this, so like only most of the blocks are the river. And then this like giant slab was like made from like when I was lava casting, and like I just like made it here. I just like didn't feel like getting rid of it, so That's there, and if we come this way, right next to it, we got this raid farm, which is made by ENX04, and so was my iron farm and my gold farm in this world. And then we go this way, we have this portal, which I used when I was transporting the dolphin for how do we get here. I like had to make like this wall because like Bo kept like jumping like back into the water, so I had to, you know, get him to not do that. And then this is what I mean. I said it took forever for the to make the drowned farm, because not only did I take forever to like make that giant cube, I also made this one, and this just like did not work. This farm just like did not produce any. It's like different design, and it didn't produce any drowned at all. So I just like gave up. I don't know. I just, you know, I made it and then it didn't work, so I just had to make a whole other one. And so yeah, and then we have this another portal. You get here, and over there's Mushroom Island. And yeah, so that's pretty much my world. The only thing left on it is like the gold farm, but I don't really feel like going to it. So yeah, it's a pretty simple gold farm. It's just the ENX04 one. So I didn't really build that much in the now 497 days. I was mostly doing like the all items and all advancements. So like, you know, when I have those done, it's basically I won't have anything else to do. So I'm 100%, you know, like making a bunch of farms and a bunch of like buildings and just like really cool stuff. Hopefully by 1,000 days, it's like just like filled with a bunch of cool buildings and stuff. That's what I plan to do. And so yeah, that's pretty much it.